Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. That's right. Right here in Central Georgia, we have got the best, the most amount of information, feedback, improvement, capabilities that exist anywhere in the area. You have to drive to Atlanta or the coast to even come close. Not anymore, folks. On top of that, as we kick off this holiday season, yes, it is. It has already begun, going up to Christmas Eve, up to 40% off total on lesson packages. You can save thousands of dollars all the way into 2025. Why is that important? Let's young player working hard, and we've done a lot of things. We've changed a lot of things. We've developed a lot of things, and so we are at the stage, many lessons in, by the way. We're putting it all together. Connecting the dots, basically, as I call it, lining everything up and seeing how it all flows. Well, a big thing that was getting in the way was still having an inability not to understand. We have learned at this stage alignment. We moved on to applying alignment, which is one of the most common errors every single day on a golf course. Pop quiz, real quick. Some of y'all heard this before. How many people, and I've done thousands of playing lessons, how many people are aimed where they said they were the first time I asked them? Ding, 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 ding. Anybody? Anybody? Give you a second. 0.00. Okay? Let that sink in for a minute. None. Now, some might have been only a little with the mathematics of a golf swing and the mathematics of a golf club. A little bit off magnifies error 10x by a lot toward that kind of error in this game, unfortunately. It is too precise. And while we want to get to a point where it's a simple process of application, that doesn't mean that the errors can't still pop up. But yes, one of the things getting in the way is aim. And it is one of the simplest things to work on. It is one of the simplest things to check for constantly. Just go out to a tour event. You know, I was sifting through trying to find some magical information here this morning. This is what sucks about the world of golf right now. I go to the daily news groups, and there's nothing. It's the same old crap. It's players playing in an event, and if you're into the events, great. That's fine, but that's not information. It's just the same thing over and over again. The same typical top 40 players shuffling around most of the time, ending up, oh, look who's got a week left, blah, 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 blah. It's not information. That's not helping anybody. Anyways, but I was looking through, and, you know, one of the things that they're not talking about is go to an event and go out there for hours at a time on the range. And at least the vast majority, if not every single one of them, is constantly checking and working on alignment, swing to swing to swing to swing. And so one of the things we did last night was we worked on applying what we know, and that started to come together real nice and pretty, and it was working real great. And then we went to the course. The first thing that happened, the first three shots, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, terrible aim, and immediately the swing changed. Like, when I say changed, I'm not saying magical manipulations of the club change, but the pattern in which the player swung changed just like that and went completely away from what we had just done for 45 minutes on the range really successfully. So, and it was basically just moving into an old pattern is all it really was. So it wasn't a change per se, as it was a step backward. And then, so we had to sort through and we had to literally just build a complete and total different pre-shot routine to try to somehow make sure that does not happen ever again. And so I can't begin to tell you how the simplest things are what typically go wrong first and lead to a whole lot of other things happening. And the main thing is this: the brain understands what it's trying to accomplish. And if your body and the club or whatever is misaligned to the objective, it's going to make the body, hands, all kinds of things move in certain ways to try to make that dang ball go there. And it can be no more, so counterproductive, it's ridiculous. And yet I go to a tour range. I watch the best players in the world constantly working on aim. I go down to the local around these parts to multiple of them, and it's rare that I see. Or here's the next mistake. I do see somebody with a little stick on the ground, right? But the problem is, here's what they're not doing. Between each shot, they're not backing up, looking at the alignment, and so even if you got the stick, are you doing it right? So, anyways, that's a lot of stuff that we work on, and it's very individualistic. So, by saying these things, that doesn't mean that you now know how to go out and do this. I can tell you right now, you don't, because I see it too many times. And there is an individualistic aspect as to what unlocks the alignment application, if you will, or getting to the point of being able to see it is really the big key. So that's where it takes time. I need the time to work with players. We now have a new plan set. We're going to go spend a bunch of time over the next week, 2, finding extra time to just simply go out on the course and work through this together. And it's really just putting a player in a position and making everything fire and go. And so that is part of the process. And so many people miss out on the whole big picture of how this works. There is very few people on the earth that can spend 8 hours a day working with the coach on their game. If you can do that, you can improve incredibly quickly. I know most of you can't do that. So the problem is that we now have to figure out a way to work around that. Well, I have all the answers to that. They may not be the answers. It's a different story. But I know how to do this. I did this for years and years. I failed more than I succeeded as a teaching pro I worked at incredibly high-end private country clubs for a number of years, got into teaching, and then I went to Golf Tech, and everything changed. The next 7.5-ish years at Golf Tech was mind-blowing and incredible. And so I've done this process so many times that it's a very simple, there's one thing I ask, and that's it from every player. Commit to the process. That's it. Do what's asked and given. Take the prescription that you're being provided and just do it. If you will, and if you will stick to it, things will change and take place. That I can guarantee. So yesterday was a great night. Also yesterday, the local Veterans High School over here, some nice folk that I got in contact with at one point. We just kind of maintained. And anyhow, lots of good people that I met yesterday that I'd kind of had more emailing and texting type, conversations with. And so I got to put a lot of faces to all the stuff. And they had a big old tournament out there at House and Lake Country Club. And it was a good day for the most part, a little rainy. But hope everybody had fun and got to go out there and see some folk. And it looked like they were excited and had a good day. Had all kinds of fun, and so shout out to them. It was, and I just wish everybody well. To the individuals who, and I think I got this over to Hunter, but there's a couple wedges that were I don't know. I think they were tournament prizes of some types. If you need any adjustments to that or changes to it, just let us know. Lacey over there will take care of it. She said she can kind of work with you on getting the right length or whatever if it don't match up perfectly. But hope everybody enjoys that. The day, the tournament, the prizes, all the good stuff that goes along with that. And hope to work with them some more in the future. And yeah, it was a fun day. Spent some time out there with those folks, which was great. So where we at? I can go on, and I'm probably going to split it up into multiple segments. There's a lot of stuff on my brain, but I want to be sure to have everybody go back and for sure find the story of P45. It's incredibly important. A little long, I know, but the more I come to figure out different things as I meet with people and I hear things and the conversations and so on and so forth. So it's the first hour that I spend with a player in the evaluation lesson is so critical because I need that time to be able to kind of build a story or an idea of something is the easy way to say it for now. But the big picture is I want to provide people a way of understanding that realistically we can get you wherever we want to be. It's just you got to know how that works first. That's probably the big part of it. I've invested a ton of time and money. I've partnered with the golf pub. Same thing. Got to go up there and check it out if you haven't yet. www.thegolfpub.com, my partner. They've got the facility that I can utilize to the best of my advantage to elevate the learning experience, increase the ability to guarantee success, and move players from level to level to whatever it might be. So drop 30 handicap shots, no problem, whatever. But we got to get this message out more, and that's what I'm working on. Hopefully that's going to happen. But right now, best time to do it. Not only do you need the evaluation lesson so that you can understand what's actually going on, how it affects, so on and so forth, get all the information you need, but then you can choose to go forward with it into the spring. And we got just enough time, but it's already November, December, January, February, March, 5 months. 5 months sounds like a lot. It is not a lot because, again, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, all day long with a coach. How many people can do it? Tour pros. They're already good. And they're doing that right now with their coaches. All of a sudden, because of that, time is deleted. I'm going to do another post, and I'll set up a timeline, if you will. Ideal timeline for people that are busy, because I was busy. Yeah. All busy. Take 7 days, 24-hour blocks, block out all the absolute necessities. Figure out where there's time within those. You're going to see there's more than you think. You just got to figure out what to do. Now, let's say it's nighttime and it's dark and I can't go to the golf course. Trust me when I say this. You do not need to go to a golf course to improve your golf swing. I have done this too many times with too many players who had the same issue. I'm busy. I have guys working in hotel rooms at night, on the road, 50 weeks out of the year. Guess what? We improved their games. It wasn't hard. It was just a different way of going about it. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It can. I've seen it. I know it. And anybody can do it if they just are willing to commit to the process. So the time thing is not true. You have time. You have to figure out where your time lies. I'll put in a little timeline that shows it. The other thing is because the other problem with the brain is, well, I can't put in 3 hours on Sunday. I don't want you putting 3 hours in anyways. You're not capable of concentrating for 3 hours. 20-minute segments 3 times a day. How about 20 minutes? 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes during the middle of your lunch hour, and 20 minutes sometime later in the day. Pick something to focus on, work on, get the reps in, get the development time in, get the application time in, whatever part it is, split it up and do it every day. All of a sudden, you've got an hour every single day split up, however, and by the end of the week, you put in 7 hours to your game. 7 hours is okay. But again, it's not 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, week after week after week. We're a long ways from that. And so it's still going to take time. But commit, figure it out. Let's do it. And that's a big part of my job. I'll help you figure that out if necessary. I'm about to write an email here this morning, and it is going to be every lesson I give. We do this specific, guided practice, focus, what to do, exactly how to do it, how to set it up, exactly what to look for, so on and so forth. And so yeah, so I'm gonna pump out a couple more things here because I got some other ideas that I want to separate but not go too long. Hit me up right now. Like I said, evaluations still going, moving to 50% off on those only soon, and purchase. Then we can shift it into there from that. But anyways, and up to 40% off the lesson packages is the big thing right now. Now's the time to get started. If you're don't come see me, come have a conversation. There's no cost in just talking. Okay. I'll talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere. 478-230-3324, Twitter at P45KDG, email P45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com. And I believe today, fingers crossed, website up and going. Lots of information. P45knuckledowngolf.com. That's right. Go check it out, folks. For now, Ryan Carpenter, P45 Knuckle Down Golf for No BS Golf. Peace.